Hey guys, welcome everybody. I am pretty excited to announce the results here. Give me a quick minute to get everything ready. I have the result. Okay, so in full transparency, I am going to be sharing my screen. Oh, hi everybody. I'm going to be sharing my screen. That way everybody can see what I see. Let's see. Share screen. Share entire window. Oops. What's going on, Mr. Dexter? Great. Okay. So, couple of things. Feel free to screenshot me and correct me if I made an error. A couple of things that I made an adjustment is one, because Manuel couldn't make it. So any of the match results and the strap and everything, I disregarded the whole entire match, with the exception that the coin toss. If you pick Wagner, I didn't really feel like she should get a full score, but it was just 1 point, like half a point. And the second math that I changed is because Kadeja kind of gave up the coin toss. I'm only awarding half a point if you pick Morozov on the coin toss. And I'll tell you why the coin toss did not really matter, but it still mattered. So these are the results. If I made an error here, let me know. Um, let's see. Now max points for a second. Max point matches, it's 100 points, and for the max points for coin toss, it's 10. So let's see. Now, okay, so keep in mind, this is the entire score and the winner of the first place is Georgi Arsenadze. I hid his contact information, so nobody could see it. And keep in mind, the yellow are those people who submitted their responses after the coin toss was revealed online. Okay, and this is just so that it's fair for everybody. So how I determined the winner was that we looked at match points first, and if there's a tie, we look into the coin toss as the tiebreaker. Okay, and you can see he was the clear winner at 70 out of 100, and this was the formula I used. Now screenshot this if you think I made an error. Okay, that's one. And coin toss, this is the formula. There's an error. You guys, I'm sure somebody's gonna pause the video and correct me if I made an error, but that's what it is. Now it's very clear that our first place guy had no competitor, so he automatically gets a free plane ride, right? Free air ticket, hotel, and a VIP pass to an EVW event from anywhere. We'll have to coordinate with him on his schedule and everything. That this guy totally won. Now, for the Knicks' second place, he clearly won on match points, so he didn't even need to do any tiebreaker. So second, third, fourth was completely identical, with the exception of now fifth and sixth. Now, the reason why fifth, this guy won because he submitted his answers earlier prior to the coin toss on Friday. So I took his coin, so he naturally won because he had 3.5, and anybody with a yellow essentially is a zero on the coin toss because I assume that they got they already know the answers. And so it only baffles me that why those guys who submitted their answers after the press conference and everything, they had still a, not a 10, essentially, out of 10 being the maximum. Okay, next we have the sixth place. He's a clear winner with the seventh. Sorry. Technically not. I just saw an error. He is the eighth place guy. Okay, he is eighth place because he essentially has a zero. Now the 10th place guy, he must have submitted his answers. Let's check. He submitted his answers after the event. Now this is central, so he submitted this after the event. I'm not sure why he got 62 out of 100. He should get 100. But anyway, this is what it is. He is disqualified because he submitted his answers late. Now moving on to ninth place. Now this is also challenging because now this is when coin toss did matter. Now you see all these guys, they all had coin toss. Oh, well, the match points identical. We had, this candidate from row 12 at ninth place because with the tiebreakers, he was the highest, followed by this guy who inched by half a point, and this guy and this guy. Now, these two yellow bracket guys, because they submitted it after the coin toss was revealed, I took them out completely. But it still baffles me that they did not watch our YouTube video to know who the real winner was. Now, as such, I am removing these, I'm still using them to determine between both of them who gets the final prize. So tough luck to this guy. He wasn't able to win anything because prizes were up to 13th place with the top three prize and 10 consolation. However, what I do need to check is that if anybody within the top 13th place did not buy a pay-per-view or have, you know, they did not attend in person, then it gets pushed down three steps lower because I will award up to three prizes and they are not going to be as cool. They're just regular non-autographed merch. So you'll be probably, a jersey or a hoodie or of that level because they did not qualify for the premium price. But temporarily, knowing what I know based on points, congratulations, all these guys. Other than Walter, obviously, I left it in there just to show everybody that there is no hanky panky. You see, I kind of locked the information down here. So with that said, I'm gonna remove this temporarily and see if there is a fake chance. I'm just reading through comments right now. I'm just going through comments to see what a cool prize is. Awesome. Um, what's going on here? Prizes in. Are you gonna do this for the strongest arm on earth? Potentially. Uh, there is a decent likelihood. I just want to. I'll need to go back and take all the data and discuss this with Robert because this is obviously a pretty big price and as a big financial burden. So nothing we can solve this Baku BS. Okay, well since I'm here, we can talk a little bit. Okay, so chance. There's a chance. Are you gonna be in Shaw Classic? Oh, that's funny. Okay, very quick update. Baku is not yet a go. We're still in the go or no go situation. We're still going through back and forth to see if we can even make it happen. But one thing's uh, fairly clear is that Devon will be pulling in Shaw Classic and not in Baku. That is at least, if Baku even happens. Um, let's see. Yeah, I haven't accepted the no. So the just a quick background thing. We know, I think everybody knows Brian Shaw and Devin. They're pretty good buddies. I mean, you look at his Heihachi haircut and everything, and with everything going on prior to everything going on, Devin made a firm commitment to Brian that he'll spend all his efforts in pushing for and promoting the EVW joined Shaw Classic event. And if he does Baku and Shaw Classic, then promotions will be kind of split and based on on his prior agreement and what he promised Brian is the reason why Devin is not going to Baku. Uh, as much as he wants to pull Vitali is saying, "Well, just come to Baku. I'm ready. It's all ready to go." But he's kind of torn. As much as Devin loves pulling and competing, he still, I think, he treasured his friendship with Brian significantly. So with that, Devin's not going to Baku. Um, yeah. So I I spoke to Devin a couple hours ago, and that's not what he told me, Tiao. So, uh, you know. Anyway, this is strictly for the announcement of who the prediction contest winner is, and I would once again like to congratulate Georgi Arsenadze. So, congratulations, Georgi. I'll hit you up with an email in a couple of days. I'll let the whole online community go through my math and my formulas and to make sure I didn't make an error. And, congratulations, Georgi. Last question. Do we have a visa Vitalik? Okay, so uh, we have we have confirmation. We called the senator's office and we pull all the strings we could get, and they confirmed that even for a Russian, we could get him a visa. We absolutely could get him a visa. The only thing is, I do understand Vitaly's concern. He says, well, he's from Siberia, some remote part of Russia, and he will have to travel a long ways to some other country like Kazakhstan to the US Embassy. We still need him to be there physically before we can hand him a visa. But if he doesn't want to go through that process, it might be a little bit challenging. He's telling Devin, why don't you get your butt to Baku, and then after Baku, he'll go apply for a visa for a future match in the United States. So there's that going on. But you know that's something we have to do. Um, well, I don't want to make this a really long video. Thinking about it, Ingen says you knew about Baku being confirmed. No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely, it'd be ridiculous for us to mess around and play games with Brian Shaw. We absolutely do not want to play games with Brian Shaw. Uh, this whole strawman collaboration, it's a big win-win. Why do we want to risk bringing Brian Shaw in at the very last second if we knew Baku was going to be a thing. So no, we knew Baku was in the works, but with a loss of communication, um, you know, it's Robert couldn't get confirmation. There was kind of a radio silence with Robert not being able to confirm. We were getting really, really nervous on Friday night because typically we announce the following event venue on Saturday in our main event. And because of that, we had to do what we can for self-preservation, which is to grab onto the next thing we could hold on to. And when Brian Shaw offered, a collaboration, we're like, yeah, let's do it. So that's kind of what we did. I wouldn't throw out Baku out of the whole equation just quite yet. There is still a very distinct possibility that we will do it. We don't mind doing it, honestly, but we'll have to be really, really careful, and we'll be spread really, really thin in management. But it's still up in the air. There's no confirmation one way or the other. So The Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay. So one more quick thing. On Tuesday evening, we will be having an AMA session with some of our refs. So I believe Luke Polcher has already agreed to come on to help answer questions. So you guys can ask questions about anything ref related. And Bill, I believe, should also be available. I'm still getting confirmation if Crystal can make it, but the whole idea is we want an open dialogue where you could ask, you know, deep questions and questions that has been bothering you for the longest time directly with the rest. Most of the time, refs are kind of out, a second thought, but I think in order to be more transparent about, how rules are made or how calls are made, let's have the refs. Nobody can answer it better than the refs themselves. So, uh, okay. Well, either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow evening with the refs. Have a good day, guys.